We're staged for another run of nitro-fueled NHRA talk. It's The Straight Line, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts, with Marty Hough and 10-time NHRA winner Doug Herbert. Brought to you by Hercules Tires. Now, here are your hosts, Doug and Marty.
This is The Straight Line on drag racing. Thanks for stopping by our half-hour of horsepower. Appreciate you being with us. John Force Racing breaks their drought with a victory on the mountain. Funny car winner Robert Hight will be here. And Eddie Krawiec overcomes the new bike blues to earn a Wally for the Harley boys. We're in the beams and set to launch another edition of The Straight Line. Wherever you may be, coast to coast, around the world, this is The Straight Line on drag racing at MRN.com, along with 4-time IHRA Top Fuel champion and 10-time NHRA National Event winner Doug Herbert. I am Marty Hough. Done with the MOPAR Mile High Nationals, headed to Sonoma, but one of the bigger stories that we saw all weekend long, haven't seen it at Bandimere quite so much that we have in prior years, were wheel stands. And Tim Wilkerson got bit by it. John Force got bit by it. Tony Schumacher. We saw quite a few of them. Doug, what is the issue with wheel stands at Bandimere?
Well, according to the people I've been talking to, it's just downforce issues that all it is. Yeah. So the funny cars have changed their headers, which has probably changed a few things on their aerodynamics, but the front end of the funny cars aren't getting the downforce. I know in years past, typically the funny car guys would go there and put wickers on the inside of their front wheel wells to kind of act as a little bit of downforce.
Right.
And honestly, I think what happens is you only go race at Denver once a year and you forget to do these things.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. So you got to remember to put them on when you go to Denver. You got to remember to take them off when you leave Denver.
We're going to talk to Robert Hight here in just a couple of minutes. And of course, his boss, John Force, was one of the cars that did one of those crazy wheel stands. All right. And right now, let's go to the guest line as getting on a plane, heading over to Sonoma is the winner of the Pro Motorcycle category, is Eddie Krawiec, and he joins us right now. Eddie, congratulations on the win, and thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Oh, hey guys, thanks for having me. Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, man, right on from the airport. We're glad. We talk to you sometimes when you're out at the track setting up the awning, and this time you're getting on the airplane. So great win for the new Harley Street Ride bike.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm actually here at the airport getting ready to board with all the guys. We're going to fly out to Sacramento and drive down to Sonoma here. But, it was an awesome win for the Street Rod. It's our first with the new motorcycle and the platform. So we kind of struggled when we debuted the bike back at Englishtown a couple of races ago. But as you guys know, and Doug, you even more so, anytime you debut a new vehicle or something totally new design, it takes a little bit of a curve. So especially with these naturally aspirated things, they get to be a little finicky at times. So we're really excited and glad to be moving in the right direction.
Eddie, obviously you started the year at Gainesville with the old bike. When were you introduced to the new Street Rod bike? Was this at the beginning of the year, or was this something that was kind of thrown at you at the last second?
No, Harley back. They mentioned something late in 2016, because they were just saying that, hey, the V-Rod is going away. We'd like you guys to represent, the motor company with a current model motorcycle. And they were going to help us out and work on some stuff with us. And honestly, the project didn't get started. I think it got a little delayed internally, until they figure out, hey, this is the motorcycle that we want to use. And collectively probably all agree on it inside the motor company. It's about marketing. That's obviously what we're out here doing. And, so we started on the project. Actually, it was the second week of January and debuted it in Englishtown. I'd hate to give up my old V-Rod, in the beginning because, here I am, 1, 2, 3 qualifier and running really well at all the races. And, we had to transition at some point. We had to figure it out. That's what our partner wants. So we need to give them what they want, or we don't get the check.
Yeah, right.
Well, it sounded like it worked out pretty good because first round you reset the new track, the track record over there at Bandimere. And then in the final you clobbered it and set low T top speed and another new record. So I guess everybody else needs to probably be pretty scared if you're just starting to get that thing figured out right now.
Yeah, I think we're just kind of getting around the learning curve. The big struggle really has been the chassis. It's a new design chassis for us, and the last one was 15 years old. We kind of knew what we were going to do every lap. We knew what the changing track conditions would do to our setup. Now we just need to kind of rewrite the notebook. I mean, we've made about 30-something laps now, 35 laps in testing over the last month and a half. That it's the tough part is it's really hard to go test with the way NHRA preps their tracks. And what I mean by that is they're really too good. They're really good. And when you go to some of these other places, it's kind of hard to simulate that.
Right.
So you're kind of building a notebook, getting an understanding of what the bike likes to do. And as we do that, we'll get better each time out.
Yeah, and then Matt Smith just kind of sprinkled some magic fairy dust or something. Whatever he does to those bikes is absolutely amazing. He claims that it was an electrical gremlin or something, but he figured it out, and you guys gave him all the credit because you guys had struggled with it before. But whatever he did, he found the magic sweet spot.
Yeah, we definitely we did some rewiring to the motorcycles before we went to this race and changed some components. And really, I mean, it's so simple. You know, think about it. We've probably built, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 versions of this bike over the years. You know, and I shouldn't say of this bike, but of all bikes. And
right.
You know, every time you can wire both bikes identical or different, and sometimes you get one that runs really good. So these two bikes, we actually really tried to be as identical as possible. And what happens is when you have one little thing wrong, then you have it wrong on both bikes, then you really don't know. So we got it sorted, and I think right at the perfect time.
Eddie, you're a 4-time winner up at Denver. What is it when you roll in that place? It seems like, you know, between you and over the years was Terry Vance and Byron and Matt and Andrew, and now you. It's like you guys got that place locked up. It seemed, wasn't the Vance and Hines Racing Shop was in Colorado for a while, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that gives you a little bit of the edge on tuning. But, you know, I love Denver. It's a beautiful place. And I tell most people, if you have a bucket list track to go to, that should be one of them, because it's just, when you roll up there, up on the mountain, it's just totally awesome. It's carved out on the side of it. It just makes you feel really good. I love going to Sonoma also. So going here this week, you know, I've always had pretty good luck going there, and I love that place too. I mean, those are like my two favorite tracks, besides Englishtown being my home track, which it'll always be.
Sure.
But these two are definitely awesome.
Mickey Thompson Tires Pro Bike Battle also this weekend, so kind of an event in an event. What are the strategies of playing these sort of events out? The event in an event, you're qualifying, but you're trying to win a big check, and then ultimately you're trying to win a big Wally at the end of the day as well.
Go out there and haul butt and get it right in 2 runs.
That's all.
What it's going to take. You know, you got to be on your game. You know, you don't have any room to make mistakes, because the bad thing is you go into race mode on Saturday, no longer test mode. So we'll be as ready as we could be, hopefully Saturday morning.
Well, congratulations. Your second win of the season, your 38th of the career. Man, you guys are on the ball. And I thought a little bit coincidentally as Hight just won his 38th win, so you guys are tied with wins now, too.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
good
useless random knowledge that I found. Good luck this weekend, Eddie. Great. Hopefully you and the Vance and Hines team does good. Tell everybody I said hi.
Thanks, man. As always, thanks for having us.
Eddie Krawiec joining us on the straight line, and big thanks for him kind of jumping on and getting on the show here just before he got on the plane. So we appreciate his time here on the straight line. When we return, we'll talk to funny car winner Robert Hight in just a minute.
If your vehicle isn't stopping like it used to, visit O'Reilly Auto Parts for the Summer Brake Deals event. Take advantage of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Do It Right rebate and get a $25 O'Reilly gift card by mail when you buy a set of Brake Best Select pads and a pair of rotors. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Where will you be when NASCAR comes to Chicago's fastest loop? 4 days of racing, tailgating, camping, and music come to Chicagoland Speedway September 14th through the 17th. Tickets for Sunday Chicagoland 400 are available now. Camping spots are available and selling fast. All kids' tickets $25 off adult price and free on certain race days. Get your tickets and campsite now at ChicagolandSpeedway.com. Chicagoland Speedway, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoffs start here.
Hey, Danica Patrick here. When I have friends and guests at the track who want to hear me drop pearls of wisdom during the race, I send them to Racing Electronics.
You all right back there?
I think so. I didn't, other than hitting a car, I didn't hit anything, but there's a tire down or something.
If you aren't listening to all the action live, you're missing out. Don't forget to rent a scanner or fan vision for the races. Go to racingelectronics.com to pre-rent for great discounts on your scanner and fan vision rentals.
Welcome back to The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Here's more with Marty Hough and Doug Herbert.
Big thanks to Eddie Krawiec for joining us on The Straight Line. And on the guest line right now with us is the funny car winner from Bandimere, from John Force Racing. It's Robert Hight. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate the time, champ, and congratulations on a well-deserved win.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thought maybe you forgot about me. It's been so long.
No,
I'm
never.
glad you just didn't lose our number, Robert.
No, I got you in here.
All right.
Good deal. Hey, great win for the John Force Racing Auto Club team. What did it take? I mean, it's like you guys are, you ran really well. You're getting it together.
Yeah, we actually did get a few breaks there on Sunday, and we haven't been getting those. We've been beating ourselves every week. We qualify well, and then somehow seem to screw it up on Sunday. But we were actually 1, 2, and 3 in funny car, and man, we were dropping like flies after first round. John and Courtney going out. The guy I raced, he red lit, and made me double step. Actually, he left so soon that it drew me off. So anyway, then we dropped cylinders second round and third round, but we're able to get the win. And finally, Jimmy Prock, he'd had enough of the drop in cylinders and fixed it for the final, and it ran well.
You mentioned that first round win against Todd Simpson, and he double stepped actually first. He did it so early that you kind of got foobarred all in the same situation. Take us through what happens when when something like that happens. I mean, there's only Doug is the only one here that has probably been in that situation. For those of us who will never get into that situation, what is that like when your opponent leaves and you know that you can't leave, but your foot is going down anyway?
Such a distraction. These cars are so loud, when you hear the other car leave, okay, I knew initially that he red lit, and so I'm waiting for the light, and then, man, my foot just went. Your brain takes over and does some crazy things, and I hit it twice, and then it smoked the tires. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have smoked the tires had I hit the gas right, and, it may have dropped a cylinder, but it didn't matter. Actually, it didn't matter what happened. We won. So, but it is a huge distraction, and it's one of those things where, you just got to put it behind you and go to the next round because you were drawn off. Okay, it wasn't like I was so amped up that I, left too soon. And actually, after that, I had really good lights all day. And I pedaled it second round because it dropped a cylinder right at the step, moved over, and started shaking, and gave it a quick one. Luckily, Beckman had to pedal his too, and we got the win. But boy, Jimmy was frustrated because the thing just kept dropping same cylinder every run, and finally in the final he says, we're fixing this thing. He says it may burn number 6 up, but it's gonna light and go to the finish line.
Robert, something that we're not that familiar with is this is your first win of the year. It's already Denver. Like, we're used to you winning a couple races by now, but in qualifying, like you said, Force cars were right in there, and actually every race you guys are right up at the top, but it hadn't been able to come through for you guys yet. Is this like your breakthrough now? And I mean, that's what usually happens, right? You get on a roll, hopefully, right?
I hope so. We've been in 2 of the last 3 finals. Norwalk, we had the dominant car all day till the final, and we had a clutch disc come apart and ended up smoking the tires. But honestly, my PR guys said that my car has been in the top 3 qualifying the last 7 races. So that shows that we know what we're doing. We have good performance. We just have to put it together on Sunday. And, our opponents that have been winning, they've been getting some breaks too. They run well. You can't take anything from them, but they've had their share of breaks too.
How about that win? It also qualified you for the Traxxas shootout, which is, that's a whole lot better to be qualified for that than it has to go through that fan vote and all that. So you got a little bit of a leg up from there, as well as moving up in the points.
You're not kidding, boy. When you see the drivers that aren't in the Traxxas shootout yet, would you guys want to go up again in a fan vote against Courtney and Alexis?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I'd fare very well.
Yeah. Understood.
Robert, one thing that was interesting is we just had Eddie Krawiec on the show, which just had his 38th win, and then you've also got your 38 wins. So that was kind of a random, useless knowledge, but you both are tied with 38 national event wins.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Eddie's he's done well. He might have won 38 quicker than I have. I don't know when he started.
Winner at Bandimere, Robert Hight, is with us, and he will join us after the break here on the Straight Line.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
I'm Steve Letarte, STP auto expert and former crew chief. I know what it takes to keep engines performing at their best. STP's latest breakthrough additive, STP Ultra 5-in-1 plus Fuel System Cleaner plus Fuel Stabilizer, delivers 3 times the amount of cleaning agents versus premium gasoline and helps keep fuel fresh during storage. For over 60 years, STP has been on the cutting edge developing products to help engines run better, longer.
One bottle contains 3 times by weight the amount of cleaning agents compared to 20 gallons of the leading premium gasoline.
In order to maximize a vehicle's performance and efficiency, the proper adjustments need to be made based on the road ahead. That's true for both race car drivers on the track and for truck drivers hauling freight on the highway. But if your truck's equipped with the Detroit DT12 automated manual transmission with intelligent powertrain management, adjustments are made automatically based on GPS terrain mapping, maximizing performance and efficiency. Don't just want better business solutions, demand them. Learn more at demanddetroit.com.
It's the Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now, once again, here's Doug and Marty.
Appreciate you joining us on the Straight Line today, and rejoining us on the guest line is the funny car winner at Bandimere this weekend, Robert Hight. And Robert, you said you can't sweep the swing if you don't win Denver, and now you're 1/3 of the way of sweeping the swing. That would be a great feather in your cap.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Kind of funny, only one funny car driver's ever done that, and that was John Force, back in '94. So shows you how hard it is. This is a grueling 3 weeks for these teams. They have to spend a lot of time getting all your parts and pieces and engines ready to go for Denver because of the high altitude. Now you've got a few days to switch it all back to a normal combination and, drive a couple thousand miles to Sonoma, sea level, great racetrack. The air is awesome here at night. Could see records if it cools down enough. And then on up to Seattle, where you also have great air. And then back to Indianapolis. So these guys definitely earn their money. But it's nice to start out with a win and get everybody's morale. And, it's been so long since we won. Everybody's pretty pumped. They're ready to get to Sonoma and get going again.
Well, you got to be pumped. And then Marty and I were talking about it earlier, Robert, is the wheel stands. John Force, with your boss having the big wheel stand, and then Wilkerson, I know on the dragsters, they just put more wing in and they can fix that. What are you guys doing with the funny cars to fix that issue? Can you fix it?
Well, Jimmy Prock was pretty smart going to Denver. He added more weight to the front of mine. And what happens in Denver is, you spin the blower so much faster there that basically you've got boost at idle, where you don't have that anywhere else. So basically, Jimmy did the math, and we're burning 2 more gallons of fuel before we ever stand on the gas. And, that's 20 pounds off the nose of one of these cars, and it's just enough. Mine was light. You could feel mine dancing, and you could see it on the computer, but luckily, it stayed down. poor Wilkerson, he hurt 2 cars there, and McKinney's working around the clock to get him another one and have to truck it out here to Sonoma.
Yeah, and,
Oh, wow.
and it looks like he's going to be able to make it. And when we're in big-time drag racing, obviously the corporate side kind of gets involved. This past race was the MOPAR Mile High Nationals. You're a Chevy guy, so it had to be nice to get a win in the corporate competitor's backyard.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, when you can put Chevy in the winner's circle at a MOPAR race. But you know what? Those MOPAR guys are nice. They came over and congratulated us in the winner's circle. But Chevy was pumped. They were excited. This was my first win in the new Camaro. You know, John had won last year and this year in the new Camaro, but this was my first. So that was pretty special. And, you know, we just got to keep going. This is, it's not easy. It's tougher now to win in this class than it ever has been. So when you do finally win one, boy, it's rewarding.
Well, you've had 13 consecutive seasons with wins, so you've got that part figured out. Now, you know, going into the countdown, is there anything different than you and your team are going to have to do to, you know, to be dominant in the countdown? Seems like Jimmy Prock always keeps a little bit in his back pocket.
He is, and you know, he's got a lot of things. He's got a list of things he still wants to test and try. You know, and we're going to see if we can't try to do it, you know, on a qualifying run each day on Saturday. If we're doing well, try something. We also have a test planned at Indy, and we have a match race in Norwalk. So we're going to be running these cars quite a bit to try to continue to get better and improve. That's what it's all about. You know, our competition, you know, they're not sitting on their hands. They're working hard too.
You didn't start the season with Jimmy Prock, but there was some shifts made during the season, and Jimmy Prock is now back with you. Did it take much time to get that chemistry back together between you and Jimmy?
Not at all. No, it was just right away we clicked. It was, I mean, I feel like I won the lottery getting Jimmy Prock back. That's pretty cool. I feel he's one of the best. And basically, this is still the same team that I had in 2009 when I won the championship. And it's the good old days. And I think we've got some unfinished business.
Well, you guys do, and I think you're definitely hit the nail on the head. Prock is one of the best. He's been one of the best for a long time. So, definitely an asset to your team and John Force Racing in general. I'm sure that the winner's circle will be coming back around here again before too long. Now that it's like when you find your way there, it's all of a sudden you know your way back. You know.
You're not kidding, Doug. It's just going to the race this week. I feel so much more confident. You know, you're not wondering. You know, can we win anymore? Did we forget how?
Yeah.
No, that's all behind us, and we just got to do our job. We know what to do. I'm excited going to Sonoma this week. We're going to be running the California Highway Patrol car again.
Nice.
And that's been a big hit with the fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. It'd be cool to park that thing in the winner's circle.
Yeah, that is a cool car. I believe that was in Pomona. You ran that car as well?
Yes. And this weekend they painted me a CHP helmet. And
Sweet.
later in the year, they're going to raffle it off for the 1199 Foundation, and you know the proceeds will go to the CHP. So it's exciting. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Well, it's very exciting to do that, and also to have your sponsor Auto Club to be to be behind that and be supporting the Highway Patrol guys. They've been great support for our brakes programs that we do out there at Pomona as well.
Yes, exactly. They've been behind the Highway Patrol for 85 years, and you know they're all about safety on the roads.
Well, Robert Hight, congratulations on your win at Denver. Good luck this weekend coming up in Sonoma.
Thanks, guys, and I promise it's not going to be so long before I call again.
Driver of the Auto Club Chevy 2009 Funny Car Champion Robert Hight joining us on the Straight Line. And when we return, we'll wrap up another great edition of the show.
When your battery goes dead, everything can come to a stop. Don't take a chance on getting stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get your battery tested free of charge. If your battery does need to be replaced, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find the exact Superstart battery that fits your car or truck at a guaranteed low price. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you or your family love the freedom of swimming any time of year, if you love sharing good times and making great memories, or if you want one of the best total body workouts ever, then it's time to discover the 3 C's of your very own endless pool. The first C is convenience. Imagine swimming year-round in your own private swimming pool, installed indoors or out, just steps away. The second C is comfort. With sculpted spa seats and your own adjustable temperature, you can easily escape the stress of your day. And the third C is cost. Your endless pool is an affordable luxury at a fraction of the cost of a regular pool. And here's a bonus C, choice. Because when you call for your free Endless Pool Idea Kit, you'll receive information on our full line of pools to suit your budget and location.
Call now for free information. 800-283-8089. 800-283-8089.
You're listening to The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now, back to Marty Hough and Doug Herbert.
Appreciate you being with us on The Straight Line this week. Also, congratulations go out to Drew Skillman for winning the Pro Stock class, and Antron Brown for his another Top Fuel win. And the last guy to sweep the swing, if I'm not mistaken, was Antron Brown, and so he's going to try to do it again. And as Robert Hight said, you can't sweep the swing if you don't win Denver. One of the things when you leave Denver, you've got to, once you get to Sonoma, is change everything. Robert Hight talked about it. Talk about just some of the stuff that you have to do once you get to Sonoma from that
it's tough. You
track.
leave the Mile High track, and basically you go from the front end of your car. You take the weight off the front end.
Yeah.
You might have a different fuel tank in the car. You go through all your jets because at Denver your fuel system is different. So you've got different, one of these Top Fuel engines has probably around 100 jets in them that you've got to control. So you've got to change those things around. Your fuel system, your blowers. It's hard on your blowers, like Robert Hight was saying to us a minute ago. The blowers at Denver are actually running so fast you have boost at idle. So there's a lot of things. It's just hard on your equipment.
Amazing.
So there's everything that you have. You're going through. You're changing all your clutch stuff because at Denver, generally you have a more aggressive clutch because the engines don't run as well. So you've got to be more aggressive on the clutch and kind of load the engine down a little more to make it burn fuel. And it's Denver's a hard place to run really good, that's for sure.
Yeah, and but on the other hand, once you get to Sonoma, you're talking about sea level. You're talking about really good. You're talking about really good speeds, quick times. If you get everything right, man, that's a place where we can see some really low times.
Sonoma, especially that nighttime session, they'll run late on Friday night. That can be a great place to go fast. So that's something. I was #1 qualifier one year at Sonoma for that, and it was it comes in at night. The cool air comes in and stand back because everybody's stepping on it.
Yeah, and checking the weather, it's going to be a little bit hot. Probably not going to be 200-mile-an-hour weather for the bikes. We had Eddie Krawiec on, didn't have the opportunity to talk about that, but that could be one of those places where you see a 200-mile-an-hour run from the bikes, and we'll be watching that. Thanks for everybody for joining us here on The Straight Line. So for Doug, I'm Marty. We will talk to you next week right here on The Straight Line.
You've been listening to The Straight Line, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. The Straight Line is the show for drag racing fans and was brought to you by Hercules Tires. Tune in again next Thursday on MRN.com and the MRN app. The Straight Line is also available on demand in MRN.com's Media Center, on our Facebook page, on YouTube, and in iTunes or the Google Play Store. The Straight Line is a production of the Motor Racing Network.